Hello guys, what is up? Today I am doing what if Deku had Green Lantern's powers. And yes, the majority of you did vote for this instead of the Baki or Naruto one, so that is what we're doing today. And I think this is the 5th part of this what if. I haven't really been keeping count, just been rolling with it. Now let's jump right in. Last time I left off, Deku was actually captured by the League of Villains instead of Bakugo. Now we go to the League of Villains themselves. Deku wakes up strapped in a chair, with Shigaraki staring him down with intense bloodlust. Deku tries to wriggle out of it but realizes that the handcuffs are made to nullify your quirk, so he just stands there as Shigaraki asks, "Join us, kid." Back at UA, the heroes have gotten the device from Momo, which she attached to one of the villains so she could track them, and they're getting into a plan of action and everything. Just like in the original, the kids will still try to save Deku this time, but Bakugo is coming with, obviously. Back at the League of Villains, Deku says, "What? Like I said, join us, kid." Deku, "I'm pretty sure you know what my answer is." Shigaraki, pissed, says, "Well, then we have no need for you." As Shigaraki is about to decay Deku, they hear someone knock at the door saying they are here to deliver pizza. Then All Might bursts through the door with a smash while smiling. Then Kami Woods comes in, restraining everyone, and Gran Torino jumps in, kicking and almost knocking all of them out. Deku takes this as his chance to run out so he doesn't get in the heroes' ways, as he thanks them and flies into the forest, meeting his classmates. Now, just like the original, All Might and All For One will have their fight, and All Might will win using a United States of Smash, extinguishing the last bit of One For All he had in his body. And like in the original, All Might is going to be pointing at the TV saying it's your turn, but this time he's pointing at Mirio. After all this chaos ensues, it's time for the provisional license exam. This goes basically the same, but this time Deku is flying, so Toga is not going to be able to get even like a touch on him. And this time Sero and Uraka will be finding her, and they will deal with her as she escapes, and then they get a few points and passing. Deku will just use a cannon made from his heart-like constructs and shoot balls at everyone, getting 20 people. Because he didn't want to really risk it and jump in getting more points, he might end up being disqualified. So he floated up above and made it easy for himself. And this is they go and rest, and they talk about what they might be doing after this. And it turns out it is their job this time to actually save people and fend off villains, and this makes everyone excited, especially Bakugo. During the saving people part, Deku just keeps the villain distracted. Him, Bakugo, people like Todoroki and Inasa, the guy who can use wind, they're just keeping Gang Orca distracted. Of course, Todoroki and Inasa still have their fight, which just makes everyone feel uncertain about whether or not they can pass this, but they pull through. And Deku, Uraka, everyone else passes except Bakugo, Todoroki, and Inasa, because they refuse to do anything, well, hero-like. Bakugo didn't want to save anybody because he is Bakugo, even though his job is supposed to be a hero. All he wants to do is just fight people and cause trouble. Now, Deku gets his provisional license exam and takes a picture of it and sends it to his mom and All Might. I mean, no, not All Might. He doesn't know All Might this way. Sorry about that. He sends it to his mom, and his mom receives it, very happy that he made it in. Then he goes back home, and him and his mom celebrate with his favorite dish, which I don't know what it is, but if you know, put it down. And a few days into more studying and actual like normal classwork and all that, then it's time to meet the big three. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my pronunciation today. When the big three enter, they start explaining how they should be as heroes, and that they should just think about how to use their quirks better, not just, you know, use their quirks without any real plan. Because Mirio's quirk is very, very, very scary, because when he goes down and he goes intangible, he cannot feel his limbs. And when he falls to the ground, it's pretty scary because he's just dropping endlessly until he's shooted back up. So he figured out a way to use that by using strategy, so that's what he's explaining to them. And as this is going on, they don't really get it much, so like in the original, Mirio suggests a fight. Now when they get outside in their uniforms, Aizawa allows them to go, and just like the original, Mirio accidentally drops all his clothes, making everyone turn away. Then he puts back on his pants and everyone tries attacking him, but it just goes through his body. Then after that, he just pops in and out of the ground, knocking everyone out of the fight, except Izuku, because when he tried going at him, instead of being able to hit him, Izuku just goes up into the air and starts using a wrecking ball and trying to hit Mirio, but it just keeps passing through him. Mirio is surprised that he can do things like this. With the ability to fly as well, it counters Mirio's ability very well. So instead of wasting any time, they've been doing this for about 5 minutes. Deku just flying up and down using anything, bullets, cannon, anything. It's not working, so Mirio decides to end this quickly and uses 15% of One For All. He can use 30, 25, because Mirio is more physically fit than Deku. And I mean, if you look at him, he has worked a lot physically, so he can use 25%, but uses 15% without hurting himself. Launches at Deku, actually surprising Deku, as he punches him in the gut as well, and they both fall. And then after that, Mirio was actually surprised that Deku actually figured out where he was going to pop up and liked his instincts. So while they're about to do the internships again, Mirio is thinking about bringing Deku over to Sir Night-Eye. And when he suggests this to Deku, he agrees, all that blah blah blah, as they walk into Night-Eye's office the next day, and everything happens. Actually, that's where I'm gonna leave it off. Sorry, this what if is really short today, but I'm working on a new script. I might be doing a what if Naruto had a leveling system. And I'm actually pretty enjoying it a lot because I love solo leveling. But that means that most of these what ifs aren't gonna be super short, but I might not have as much time if I'm working on different things at once. So I hope you guys can understand. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and yeah, until next time.